So thank you everyone for joining us today. This is our third workshop in the series of workshops with Oracle. And today we have Frank Riemer, who will be talking to us about digital marketing. That's very exciting and like topic that everybody of startups need. Thank you, Frank, for joining us today. I'll send the same thing in Russian, and Umida will translate the topic, and then we can start actually the workshop. Пожалуйста, все включите камеры, по возможности включите камеры, потому что было бы хорошо как бы видеть вас, да, если есть такая возможность. Сегодня у нас третий семинар в серии семинаров с Oracle, международной компании, которые нам читают интересные сессии. Сегодня наш гость, наш эксперт Фрэнк Ример, он в программе Generation Oracle работает по медиастратегии, по цифровому маркетингу, и сегодня поговорит о диджитал-продвижении, о диджитал-маркетинге. Семинар, как всегда, у нас на английском с переводом на узбекский. Спасибо всем, кто включил камеры. Умида будет нам переводить.
Yana bir bor assalomu alaykum. Bugungi bizning sessiyamiz navbatdagi 3-sessiya bo'ladi va bugun biz raqamli marketing haqida gaplashamiz. Bugungi bizning spikerimiz Frank Riemer, kontent va media strategiyasiga ixtisoslashgan Generation Oracle savdo menejeri hisoblanadi.
Frank, over to you, and thank you once again for doing this with us today.
All right, thank you, and спасибо, Елена и Умида, и все. My Russian is not so good that I can hold the whole workshop, but yeah, nice to have you all here. And I will start off with sharing my screen, and that you can see my presentation here. So I can hope this works. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so we're going to talk about digital marketing, and if you have any questions today, please drop them in the chat. I might talk about some advanced things, since I would love to share as much value with you as I can. But I know sometimes maybe you don't understand something, please just ask in the chat. So we're going to talk about digital marketing. And this is essentially that we're going to figure out a strategy for you to make every interaction with your customers meaningful. And the agenda for today is to first get started with some interactivity. Then we'll talk about why digital marketing matters and matters for your business. Then we'll cover the digital marketing strategy with multiple points like branding, your mission, vision. And then we go towards the media platforms that you can use to implement your strategy, and then an implementation plan layout that you can use to get started with your digital marketing strategy. And first off, I want to start to get some insights from you. So please, if you have a phone there, just scan this QR code. If not, you can always type in the browser menti.com, and then simply type in this code, this voting code. And please let me know if this works for you. Give me like a thumbs up as your reactions or something like this.
Frank, I'm sorry, could you please translate this part and then go to the work?
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Boshda aytib o'tdilar, savolingiz bo'lsa yoki orada biror nimani tushunmay qolsangiz, chatga savollaringizni qoldirishingiz mumkin va ular keyin sizga javob berishadi. Bugungi mavzu raqamli marketing. Bu degani mijoz bilan har bir o'z muloqotingizni mazmunli qilish. Va bugungi sizlar bilan nimalar bilan haqida gaplashamiz. Bu birinchi interaktivity va ikkinchisi nima uchun raqamli marketing muhim. Raqamli marketing strategiyalarini birma-bir ko'rib chiqamiz. Branding tuzish, qanaqa missiyalari borini hammasini birma-bir ko'rib chiqamiz. Va hozir ekranlaringda ko'rinib turgan QR kodni sken qilsalaring, ishlayaptimi, ishlamayaptimi, ishlayotgan bo'lsa, chatga yozib plus qilib qo'yib iltimos qilamiz.
Okay, nice. I also dropped the link in the chat, so you can always use this, and I hope everything seems clear for you. So I just wanted to get this a bit started to see your sentiment on social media and also then on your how important you think digital marketing is for your business. So I hope the links works for you, and afterwards you should be able to see the results from everyone else, since I think this is also interesting to see for you how does other fellow entrepreneurs perceive digital marketing and their importance for the business especially. So I don't see any results on this yet. I hope this actually works. Or yeah, okay, nice. So yeah.
Так, у нас Умида отключил. Yeah, I think Umida has said, could you please jump? We need to share this, go to this link that was dropped in the chat, and there is some very short survey.
Tak, hozir mana qatnashchilarimizdan iltimos qilardikki, mana shu yoki skan qilasizlar yoki hozir mana masalan ochdim, menti.com ga kirasizlarda qisqagina bir savollarga javob bersangiz, bular sizlardan kutmoqda. Mana shu narsalarni, o'sha digital marketing deymiz, raqamli marketing qanchalikda sizlar uchun muhim. Iltimos qilardikki, hozir shu linkdan o'tib ozgina javob bersangiz. Men ham hozir mana o'tib javob beryotgandim.
Okay, great. So nice. We already see here some results of you, and most of you already see that it's either neutral, important, or very important. Digital marketing is of you, and nice, nice that you already think how important digital marketing is for your business, since I think it will be essential for your future success. So please continue to fill in the survey if you have time for it. In the end, I can again show the results to everyone, and I can simply get started with our presentation. So why does digital marketing actually matter? On average, a customer needs to see your brand 11 times before he starts to buy something. So it's not enough to simply have a website available and the customer will go on the website and will buy product. First, it's important to establish trust in your brand. And this can only happen if a customer sees your brand in multiple pieces. And also you need to grab the attention of your customers in a very short time frame. Like, it is incredible how our attention span of humans have reduced over time. Like with nowadays with news and social media and Zoom calls all day, we can't concentrate so well. It's like now in our Zoom call, most of us do something else at the same time. We can't focus just on one single thing. And this is why digital marketing is important for you to figure out how can you grab the attention of your customers in a very, very short time frame, and also make them understand why your service and why your business is so important to them. And for this to happen, you first need to define a proper messaging architecture to connect, engage, and communicate with your audience, to listen to them, what they say on social media, and understand their needs and problems, so you can actually provide exceptional service to what they need. At the same time, digital marketing will provide organic growth for your brand, where you have Twitter, Instagram, you have a website with SEO, and customers will have the possibility to find you in multiple places on the internet. At the same time, these marketing tools, they are mostly free. The only investment you need to make is your time. Like if you start to post every day on Twitter, you cannot do so, but you need to do it in a smart way so it actually gets you results, or you simply get lost in everything that is possible with Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. So this digital presence of you helps you to provide trust and information to your audience, also simply when they Google it. I think this is the first thing I always do when I interact with a business. I go on Google and type in the business, and there you need to have multiple sources that refer to your business to set us up. And at the same time, to have a sales funnel in place, which is where sales and marketing integrate with each other to get your customers to when they initially see something about your business, and gets taken down a funnel that makes them in the end to buy your to buy your business or to buy your services, but also in the end to transform into advocates for your business that will be loyal to your business, but also share your message. So yeah, maybe you already want to translate this, and then I can continue.
Okay.
Should I let the slide open like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Nima uchun sifrovoy marketing biz uchun muhim? Buni birinchi sababi mijozlar o'rtachada sizning mahsulotingizni 11 marta ko'rish kerak. Shundagina ularda sizni mahsulotingizga nisbatan ishonch uyg'onadi va tovaringizni sotib olishni boshlashadi. Yana keyingisi bu tinglovchilaringiz bilan bog'lanish, shug'ullanish va ular bilan muloqot qilish. Bu juda muhim hisoblanadi. Ularni ehtiyojlarini o'rganib chiqib, nimaga muhtojliklarini o'rganib chiqib, ularga kelgan alohida xizmat ko'rsatishingiz kerak bo'ladi. Va keyingisi tovar uchun organik o'sish. Bu nima degani? Masalan, Facebook, Instagram akkauntlarimiz bor. O'shalar orqali brendimizni reklama qilib, o'ziga jalb qilish. Va keyingisi bu bepul marketing vositalari. Ulardan foydalanib, ulardan samarali foydalanib, o'zingizni brendingizni o'sishini rivojlantirishingiz mumkin. Bunda masalan Facebookda doim aktiv bo'lishingiz kerak. Orada yo'qolib, postlarni regularni qo'ymasangiz, bu mijozlarni sizga ishonchini yo'qotishga sabab bo'ladi.
Great, thank you, Nina. Okay, I think then I can continue. So now we are getting started to creating your marketing strategy. And this starts with the branding. Then we'll continue with a persona, which is essentially the customer, or how your ideal customer should look like. Then we'll continue with the customer journey. Then we'll continue to establish a messaging architecture for you, a content sweet spot that aligns your experience with the business, with the needs and interests of your audience. Then we'll cover some social media platforms you can use. Then we'll go about the content testing. So you get to decide what is most important to focus on with your content. And then we'll cover the implementation plan.
Hozir biz marketing strategiyasini qanday tuzishni o'rganamiz. Birinchi branding haqida gaplashamiz. Qanday brendlashni, keyin persona, uni qanday personallashtirishdi. Keyingisi mijozlarning tajribasi, ularga sayohat, ularni ko'rib chiqamiz va keyingisi u messaging, bog'lanish ular bilan va qanaqa kontent tuzishni va qanaqa media platformalardan, ijtimoiy platformalardan foydalanishni o'rganamiz va undan keyingisi bo'lsa qanaqa kontent plan tuzganni, uni kontentni sinashni va oxirida amalga tuzgan rejalarni qanday amalga oshirishni o'rganamiz.
Great, thank you. All right. Then let's continue with the branding. Your branding of your company will have multiple layers. This starts with the mission of your company. What do you really want to achieve? You need to define this in a short and concise mission statement. Umida, do you want to translate each bullet point and then I stop and go on? Is this better for you?
Okay. Yes, it will be great. Brandingda birinchi bu missiya. Siz missiyada kichik va tushunarli ma'lumotni yozishingiz kerak. Sizni brendingizning missiyasi qanaqa? Nimaga yo'naltirilgan?
Then comes the mission of your audience, and the mission will be about what you want to achieve in the future. What is the future goal? What is like the impact your business should have in the future. This is like the guiding star for all of your employees and all of your marketing activities.
Bu missiyada kelajakdagi planlaringizni, masalan, kelajakda nimaga erishmoqchisiz, ishchilaringizni har bitta ishchilaringizni vazifalarini hammasini missiyalarini ko'rib chiqishingiz kerak bo'ladi.
Then we go about the core values of your business. You need to define a set of 6, 7, 8 values that stand for your business. For example, like transparency or high quality, sustainability. All of these can be values of your business. But you need to have them strongly defined. So when someone comes and asks how does your company differentiate itself from others, you can strictly refer to your core values, because these are different for each human, but they are also different for each company. Mina, if you want to translate, you're muted. Or I can go on with the brand elements, which will also cover that you need to define first the colors for your brand. Then you need to define a logo for your brand, and also a font, which will give you a cohesive brand image over all your social presence. Since you want this to be like in one theme, it needs to be coherent. Wherever you are, there needs to be the same colors. Like with Oracle, we have this red and white, which is Oracle, and you will always see it. And now we've transferred it to the red wood design, which is also something you will see everywhere throughout Oracle, and which establishes a presence for it with the design itself.
Siz missiyani yozganingizdan keyin uni qanday ko'ra olishingizni bilishingiz kerak. Brendingizni elementlari, uni logotipi qanaqa rangda bo'lishi, qanaqa shriftlar ishlatilishi haqida уже bilishingiz kerak va kelajakda o'sha o'zingizni brend istoriyangizni yaratilishini tuzishingiz kerak bo'ladi.
Great. Okay. Then the last part will be the brand story. What makes the history of your company important? Like from Oracle, we can say, yeah, we are 44 years in business, and all this time we have helped the most important companies in the world with their data structure. And this is the story we can always tell about our business. And this is the same story that you need to be able to tell about your business, like a brand story, how it all started and why it's important that it started. So what do you want to stand for? And what is your USP, or in short, unique selling point that makes you different and better than any other company that you're that are on the market and that the prospect could do business with? It is important to clearly define this, to have like a specific niche you target, and to become the best in this specific area.
O'zingizni tarixingizni tuzishingiz bu juda muhim. Siz qanday qilib boshlagansiz va nima uchun boshlagansiz? O'zingizni ajratib turadigan nishangizni topishingiz kerak. O'zingizni boshqalardan ajratib turadigan sotuv varonkangizni yaratishingiz kerak va aynan nima uchun ular sizni tanlashi kerak, mijozlaringiz. Boshqa kompaniyalardan qaysi jihatlar bilan ajralib turasiz? Shularni o'zingizni istoriyangizga kiritishingiz kerak bo'ladi.
Great, thank you. Then we go towards the real things, the persona. And here I have brought you an example, and the same file you can find on HubSpot. There's like HubSpot persona, and you will find this on Google somewhere. And this will really help you to establish your ideal customer for your business. Since you need it for yourself and also for every employee who will come to your business, to define, okay, who do we want to talk to? Who do we want to make business with? And this needs to be as much as exact person as possible. like here we still have an age from 34 to 44. I would suggest to make this very specific. Create a name for them, like Sample Sally, and have always someone in mind when you create content, when you create something for your business, that you have this person that you created for. Since you are referring to sustainability, probably they have some interest in sustainability, but then you also need to see, okay, what jobs do they have? What is important in their jobs? What is important in their life? And what needs and problems do they have? And where on the internet can we find them? On which social media channels?
Shaxsni yaratish, persona yaratish, bu persona yaratishni umumiy ko'rinishi. Birinchi navbatda o'zingizni ma'lumotingizni kirgizishingiz kerak. Google'dan poisk berganda sizni akkauntingiz chiqqanda u yerda ma'lumot bo'lishi kerak. Birinchi navbatda sizni ism sharifingiz va keyingisi qaysi yoshdagi sizni brendingiz qaysi yoshdagi odamlarga mo'ljallangan. Masalan, bu yerda primer qilib 35 dan 44 yoshgacha deb yozilgan, lekin siz yanada buni aniqroq belgilashingiz mumkin. Masalan, 30 yosh yoki shunaqa aniq, qancha aniq bersangiz shuncha yaxshi bo'ladi. Keyingisi maqsad va vazifalari. Qaysi ijtimoiy tarmoqlarda siz borsiz? Ular o'sha ijtimoiy tarmoqqa o'tib, ular u yerda sizdan sizni brendingiz haqida ko'proq ma'lumot olishga ega bo'ladilar.
Thank you. And for me, it always also helps to create a story behind the person. Like who do they love? What they do in their everyday lives? Like some specifics there that will really help you to get a clear image about this persona. And then it's important how this persona moves through their customer journey. So how do they start to get aware of your brand towards when they make business with you, or they even start to tell other people about your business?
Social media, ijtimoiy tarmoqlar juda sizga yordam beradi. Chunki sizni mijozlaringiz ularga kirib, siz har kuni nima ishlar bilan shug'ullanayotganingizni ko'ra olishadi va shu orqali sizga ishonchlari yanada ortadi. Va qanday qilib mijozlar sizni brendingiz haqida xabar topishadi? Birinchisi bu har xil jamiyatlar bilan aloqa qilish bo'ladi.
Great, thanks. So yeah, in these stages in the customer journey, you will start with the awareness stage, where awareness, your customer gets aware about the company. They hear it the first time. They maybe see an ad of yourself or some poster or something like this. And yeah, this can happen in public relations, the radio, or for example, in online ads or social ads.
Birinchi qadam aytib o'tilgandek, sizni mijozlaringiz qanday sizdan xabar topishadi? Bular jamiyat bilan aloqadan, televizor, radio orqali yoki onlayn reklamalar, onlayn ijtimoiy tarmoqlardan sizni brendingiz haqida ma'lumot olishlari mumkin.
Great. Then the next stage comes where a customer will consider to do business with you. This means they will, maybe they get an email from you. They will try to see reviews online about you. They will read some blogs. They will research some other media channels to simply understand, is this business valid? Should I be making business with them, or is something better out there?
Siz ikkinchi qadam bu ko'rib chiqish. Bu degani ijtimoiy reklamalardan siz haqingizda qayerdan ma'lumot olish mumkin? Qanday siz bilan bog'lanishi mumkin? Email orqali yoki ijtimoiy tarmoqlar orqali. Ular ishonch komil qilish kerak. Siz bilan aloqa qilsa, siz bilan biznes shartnoma tuzsa, qanday qilib sizga ishonishlari mumkin? Shu shuning uchun har xil email va ijtimoiy tarmoqlardan foydalanishingiz mumkin bo'ladi.
Great. Then the next stage comes where your customer actually wants to purchase something from you. They will go on your website, maybe you have a web shop, maybe you will guide them towards the physical store. It is important to give them specific instructions. What do they need to do to actually buy your services or goods, or where do they need to go? If you have a physical store, integrate like a Google map or something. And if you have a web shop, make it clear with buttons and explicitly say where they need to go to purchase what you want to have. And also have in place there something that guides them through the journey and has as a final aim the purchase of your service or your goods.
Uchinchi navbatda bu sotib olish. Sotib olish deganda sizni brendingizni qaysi, nima, qanaqa magazinlar orqali, nima orqali sotib olishi. Buni albatta akkauntingizda ko'rsatishingiz kerak bo'ladi. Qaysi magazin orqali yoki onlayn bo'lsa, qaysi saytlar orqali siz bilan bog'lanisha oladi yoki birorta call centerlardan bog'lanishadimi? Shuni siz o'zingiz saytingizda belgilab qo'yishingiz kerak bo'ladi.
Then we go to the next stage of retention, where we actually want the customer to come back to your store. Since it is so much easier to actually get customers who already bought something from you to buy again and again than to acquire a new customer. And it's also much more expensive for your business to do so. And to get customers to come back and purchase again, you need to give them a unique experience. You need to provide them a sense of community with your services. You need to have a knowledge base or FAQ in short in place. Maybe you even have like a loyalty program where you send them an email afterwards, get 5 to 10% off if you come back. Where you also have the possibility to integrate a newsletter service. And I've heard it often like email is dead. This is not true. Email is still the most sophisticated way to communicate with your customers and also to have ongoing streams of revenue by writing emails for them. And maybe you even have a blog on there. This would be very nice, where your customers can ongoingly see what you're doing and why it's important what you are doing. And with your blog, they will also be able to find you towards search engines like Google, for example.
Siz mijozlaringizni qanday qilib qayta va qayta sizga yana sizni tovaringizni, sizni brendingizni sotib olishini ta'minlashingiz uchun siz ularga ajoyib xizmat ko'rsatishingiz kerak. Siz nimadir boshqalardan nimadir bilan ajralib turgan bo'lishingiz kerak. Buning uchun siz ular bilan aloqani yo'qotmasligingiz kerak. Email orqali foydalanib bog'lanishingiz kerak bo'ladi bir-biringiz bilan yoki blog, har xil bloglaringiz bor, bloglar yuritasiz. Ijtimoiy tarmoqlarda shu orqali kontaktni ushlab turish kerak bo'ladi.
And the last step is the advocacy, like where you want to make your customers into ambassadors for your own brand, where they share their own experience with your brand on their own social media channels. Then they engage with your social media channels, or they simply tell friends and family about your business and help you to actually sell your business, your services or goods. But to make this happening, you need to provide a unique experience for them. You need to provide something valuable and meaningful for them, and maybe also a sense of community where they feel part of what you're doing and want to integrate others to bring them and to do so with them.
Va oxirgi qadam bu advokatlik. Bu nima degani? Bu masalan birorta shaxsga siz birorta знаменитый shaxsga siz narsangizni sotgansiz va ularga juda ham zo'r xizmat ko'rsatgansiz va ularni siz esida qolgansiz va shu orqali ular sizni brendingizni reklama qilishlarida, masalan, social mediada, ijtimoiy tarmoqda sizni brendingizni masalan отметка qilsa, yaxshi отзыв qoldirsa, bu sizga yaxshi bo'ladi va boshqa mijozlarni jalb qilishga yordam beradi.
Great. So this was the customer journey. Now we'll move on to, this is just an example, so don't get confused. You don't need to read the little stuff in here. But I want to give you an example how I did it to establish a messaging architecture with a company I worked together with. So I created a workshop where I integrated 5 to 6 people that are really important for the business. So for you, this is probably your core team. And then you need to think about what are the key brand attributes of our brand and how do we communicate them. So for example, this can be, we are free, we're social, we are eager, we are sophisticated, we're noisy, whatever this is. And then you need to sort this into this table and need to figure out who are we not, and who we would like to be in the future. In the end, you should have 10 to 15 cards left, which are categorized and filtered into 3 to 5 groups.
Keyingisi bu men o'zimni tajribamdan kelib chiqib aytaman, o'zim qanday qilganman. Biz brendimizni boshqalardan nima ajratib turishini yozib chiqamiz. Masalan, 10-15 kishi bo'lib, biz qayerda siz yetakchi lider bo'la olasiz, qayerda sizni o'z nishangizni topa olasiz, sizning mijozlaringiz sizni qanday ko'rishini xohlaysiz, ular siz haqingizda nimani bilishini istaysiz, shularni yozib chiqib, biz kimmiz, 3 ta stolbikka bo'lib, biz kimmiz, biz kim emas, biz kim bo'lishni xohlaymiz. Shulardan qisqagina 10-15 tacha iboralarni, faktlarni yozib turib, ulardan keyin saralab olganmiz deb aytib o'tdim.
Great. So, and this is actually the next slide. Then after you have this messaging architecture, you can find this here on the right side. You will have 10 to 15 specific things that you want to communicate ongoingly. So here we have an example. They want to communicate that they are regional, they are eco-friendly, family-friendly, modern, healthy, welcoming, innovative. And whenever someone wanted to create content, they can refer to this set of messaging and knows that they need to be in line with all of this. And then it's the next step to see what is the experience your company has, yourself and also your team members, and see there see then what the persona is interested in. So what are they for a type of person? Are they like tech savvy? Do they want to get new knowledge? Are they service oriented? Do they like a cozy atmosphere? Do they want to be comfortable? Do you have family and friends? And then you combine both of this, your company's experience with the needs and wants of your persona, and have like the perfect intersection where you address topics that are interested for your audience, but are also in experience of your own company. So here, for example, this is then related to customer service, family-oriented, sustainable, comfortable, stylistic.
Keyingisi bu sizning tajribangizni, mijozlaringizni manfaatlari bilan birlashtirilgan kontent tuzish. Bu sizning brendingiz foydasi, sizni brendingiz foydasi va auditoriyangiz, mijozlaringizga nima qiziqtirayotganini o'rtasidagi tematik o'zaro bog'liqlikni tuzish. Ular o'zlari uchun komfortni xohlasa, komfort yaratib berish. Shunga o'xshash narsalarni ular masalan zamonaviy bo'lishini xohlaydi va bu uchun sizda o'sha tajribangiz bor. Interyer dizayner, internet dizayner va ularni birlashtirilgan holda siz o'zingizga foyda keltiradigan va mijozlaringizga qulaylik yaratadigan birorta stilli brend yaratish bo'ladi.
And in the end, this is there. So anyone like you yourself or who is on your team and needs to produce these content for social media, for the blog, for anything, can look at the sweet spot and see there, okay, what is exactly we should, how we should sound like? Well, what is like the key brand attributes we have and how do we want to translate them to them? Are we innovative? Are we affordable? Or are we rather sophisticated and expensive and communicate this in this way? Like you made it up before.
Va buni tuzib chiqqaningizdan keyin sizlar o'tirib komanda bilan ko'rib chiqishlaringiz mumkin. Qanday qilib sizlar mijozlaringizni nimaga muhtojliklarini, nima xohlayotganliklarini va o'zingizni bor tajribangizni birlashtirib bitta ikkala tomonga ham qulay bo'ladigan bitta kontent yaratish bo'ladi.
All right. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat, and I can also refer to them already. So I think I jumped here over something. Yeah. So this is again for the messaging. You need to think, ask yourself these questions when you develop the messaging architecture for your brand. What are the key attributes of your brands? What are the problems you want to solve for your customers? In what way do you want to solve the problems for your customers? And how can you communicate in one sentence the benefit the customer receives by buying your products or services?
Va siz quyidagi savollarga javob berishingiz kerak bo'ladi. Sizni boshqalardan ajratadigan ключевой navikingiz nima? Va ikkinchisi bu qanday sizni brendingiz qanaqa problemalarni, mijozlaringizga qaysi problemalarni yechib beradi? Va keyingi savoli qanaqa yo'l bilan siz o'z mijozlaringizga yechimni taklif qila olasiz? Va oxirgisi sizni mijozlaringiz sizni brendingizni sotib olgandan keyin qanday sizni brendingizni sotib olsa sizga qanday u qulaylik yaratib beradi? Nima bilan yordam bera olasiz? Shu savollarga javob berishingiz kerak bo'ladi.
Yes, and I think especially this last point is very important. When you want to communicate your services, your goods, don't say what you're doing. Say what benefit the customer will have in their lives, not anything else. You always need to position it yourself in the mind of your customers. And the first thing they need to hear is, well, like, what is in for me? Why should I listen to you even? You know, if you say to me, okay, I'm doing whatever, why should they listen? They need to know, okay, this is important for myself. I can live a better life because I'm supporting a sustainable cause. And yeah, not something they simply can do with your business.
Bu yerda eng muhim savol bu oxirgisi bo'ladi. Siz qanday qilib mijozlaringizga foyda bera olasiz? Bu yerda siz ularni foydasini aytib berishingiz kerak bo'ladi. O'zingiz qanday foyda olishingiz va ularni qiziqishlari, ularga sizni brendingizni sotib olishsa, sizni narsangizni sotib olishsa, ularga qanaqa foyda bo'ladi? Ularni muammolariga qanday yechim bo'la oladi sizning mahsulotingiz? Shunga ko'proq aksent berishlaring kerak bo'ladi.
All right, great. So Now we covered the broad structure of the content strategy you will have. When you know how your customers move towards their customer journey, where they hang out on, do they use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you can choose from all of these media platforms and tailor it directly. Don't just simply start out to use everything of this. First, start to use the one that you know your customers constantly using. So, for example, I'm more in the cryptocurrency scene, and I know customers in the cryptocurrency scene, they use Twitter and Discord. This is the main things, and this is the main things I will focus on. Then I don't need to post everything on Facebook or on Twitter. Of course, if I have like an automation tool, I can also do it. But my main things to engage with the customers will be like the key topics I have, the key platforms that I have.
Qaysi media platformalardan foydalanish? Birinchisi bu an'anaviy ijtimoiy medialardan foydalanish. Siz bu yerda sizni mijozlaringiz ko'proq qaysi ijtimoiy tarmoqlardan foydalanishini bilishingiz kerak bo'ladi. Masalan, ular o'zini misolini berib o'tdilar. Meni mijozlarim Twitterdan ko'proq foydalanishadi dedilar. Shu kabi siz ham o'zingizni auditoriyangiz, sizni mijozlaringiz shu an'anaviy platformalardan qaysi birini ko'proq ishlatishiga aksent qilishingiz kerak bo'ladi.
Yeah. And besides traditional social media, I also want to introduce to you two other media platforms that are emerging more and more. These are decentralized media and the metaverse. Decentralized media is built on the blockchain. Like you've heard probably about Bitcoin. There are many other cryptocurrencies that are emerging, like Ethereum or Solana. And on these blockchains, there are media channels built. And when you start to use these media channels, like for example, I use nearly every day UHive. You get paid for engaging. You get paid in token of the cryptocurrency. So with UHive, every day I post something and someone engages with it, I am getting paid in token to use this. So I think for the future, this will be a very, very interesting to also focus on this.
Ikkinchisi bu unchalik mashhur bo'lmagan ommaviy axborot vositalari o'zlari aytib o'tdilar, u HIV ijtimoiy tarmog'idan foydalanar ekanlar. Bu uchun har bitta post qo'yganlarida ular bu post uchun to'lar ekanlar va bu kelajakda qanaqadir mijozlar bilan bog'lanish uchun bu ham kerak bo'ladi deb aytib o'tdilar.
Great. The next topic is the metaverse, and maybe you've heard recently about this. Like Facebook is rebranded to Meta, and with all of this, a lot of hype has come around this. The metaverse is essentially a network that is purely based on the computer. There are a couple of examples like Decentraland, Somnium Space, or Sandbox. All of these three are built on the blockchain, on Ethereum specifically, and they are immersing experience. You can start to use them right now. You just simply go on the website of them, and you have their virtual world where you can dive into, be a character, and start to explore things. But this is not only possible in virtual reality, where you wear the glasses, but you can also simply use your phone or your computer to search what is on these platforms.
Keyingisi bu metaverse, meta. Bu virtual reallik va kengaytirilgan virtual reallik hisoblanadi. Bunda siz birorta joyga, masalan, telefoningizda yoki kompyuteringizda birorta joyni ochib, unda virtual reallikni ko'rishingiz mumkin bo'ladi. Bu kabi 3D ga o'xshagan narsa bo'ladi. Unda masalan, o'qish, dam olish, biznes qilish, muloqot qilish uchun ideal bo'lgan onlayn nima desa bo'ladi? Onlayn omillarga to'la bo'lgan platforma bo'ladi.
Yes, and I think what is also so interesting about these metaverses, about these VR rooms that you can create in them, is that you can have specific content, like a specific experience, where you have like a single room and that you can create around your business, for example, and explain what you're doing. There you can insert some videos, some pictures, text, and when someone steps into this virtual reality, they're not like just simply seeing a screen, but they're getting engaged. They start to run around in this room. They start to click on these videos, on these pictures, and this creates a greater connection with the brain of each customers, which will, in the end, in my opinion, will help your business to get much more exposure. Since I think it is much more valuable like to have one person who will explore your room in the virtual reality than to have like one person who sees your Instagram post. But there needs to be a combination of all of these services in the end to cover the whole customer journey of your customers. But for now, try to focus on one by one, get a hang of it, and then you can move towards the next one.
Eng qizig'i bu meta orqali siz real voqealarni ko'rishingiz mumkin bo'ladi. Masalan, birorta xonaga kirib turib, ular u yerda videoni ko'rganingizda siz o'zingizni o'sha joyda ekanligingizni his qila olish, ular narsalarni ushlab ko'ra olish imkoniyatiga ega bo'lasiz. Va bu juda ham muhim narsa deb o'ylayman dedilar kelajakda, chunki masalan Instagramda ham birorta postni ko'rganingizda uni o'zingiz real voqeadek his qilib ko'ra olishingiz, ularni ushlab ko'ra olish imkoniyatiga ega bo'lasiz. Va hozir hamma platformalarni birma-bir biznesingizga kerak bo'ladigan platformalarni birma-bir ko'rib chiqamiz dedilar.
Great. I know I put hard words here for you, so thanks, Amira, to translating all of them so well. And now we're getting towards also a very interesting topic, content testing. And many people miss out of this, but it is very important to start to do so straight away, because the insights you get from the data will help you to make better and more informed decisions. So when you start to use posting on social media, start to integrate a scheduling tool. For me, I, for example, like to use Social Pilot. So it's cheap and you can integrate many different platforms. But there are many more you can find on the internet, like Hootsuite, Buffer, Sprout Social. And these will help you to at one time to create a post and then to schedule them on multiple platforms, but also afterwards to get all these data from these different platforms and see what works. If you today post a post about what you're doing with your business, the next day you post something about your employees, when you see a face, a human, and the next step you see some outcomes for your customers. Then you have like 3 different approaches and 3 different types of data where you can see, okay, this has worked very well where I showed my other customers, while it didn't work well where I showed what the business is doing. And then you can see ongoingly, okay, what is working, and focus a bit more on this.
Сайт у нас, кажется, у МИДа снова отключилась.
Okay, I will try if we Так, значит, bu yoqda kontentni testlash, ya'ni qaranglar, testlash degani yana qanaqadir planimiz bo'lishi kerak-da. Planni tuzib, o'sha planni qachon, masalan, 2-3 ta o'sha tarmoqni ishlatasizlarmi, qaysi kuni o'sha tarmoqlarda mana shu sizni qilgan postingiz chiqishini sizlar planlashtirib qo'yishingiz mumkin. Mana hozir bu yerda yozib chiqqanlar menga ham yangi bu narsalar, mana social media insights deb Hootsuite, Buffer, Social Pilot, mana shularni bir taklif qilyaptilar. Mana shularni bir ko'rib chiqinglar. Qanaqasini masalan sizlar ham ishlata olasizlar ishingizda. That's it.
Okay, great. So in the end, you will need to have an implementation plan. That everything we've covered comes together into one big strategy you will have for all of the content, for all of the marketing. And where you need this board to not only be clear for yourself, okay, what do I want to do on which day, which social platform do I want to target, and which persona do I want to target. Maybe I make this a bit shorter and you can translate every sentence or something like this.
Endi mana ko'rib turibsizlar, ya'ni qanaqa qilib mana shu planni anaqa qilasiz, ro'yaga keltirasiz. Mana shu planni mana ko'rib turibsizlar, har xil nimalarni ishlatish kerak. Asan, ya'ni Notion, Board, Trello degan programmalardan ishlatib maqsangiz bo'ladi.
Yes, great. Already here you mentioned Asana, Notion, Trello, or pen and paper. This will be a tool that you can use to put all of this plan in place. And here you can not only say on which day you want to target the personas, which type of content. For example, you say Monday I post a blog post, Tuesday I post on Twitter, Wednesday I post on Instagram, and have it clear on there for every month. But at the same time, you have on one side all the templates and everything that is important to create this content. So there you have the persona, the customer journey, for example, templates for emails or social posts. So anyone who needs to create content can simply go on this board, see, okay, what do I need to create when, and then take the templates to actually create the content.
Umida eshitdingizmi yo men anaqa tushuntirdim?
Yarmidan eshitishni boshladim.
So, mana qaranglar, bu yoqda mana sizlarga ko'rsatyaptilar. Endi sal qiyinroq bo'lsa ham, mana shu platformalarda sizlar balkim ishlatmagandirsizlar, lekin juda nima desa bo'ladi, planlashtirish uchun juda oson vositada. Masalan, har xil platformalarga tushirish uchun bittasini, masalan, kimgadir o'sha Twitterda, kimgadir Facebookda, kimgadir yana boshqa qanaqadir platformada qo'yiladigan bo'lsa, hammasini planlashtirsa bo'lar ekan. Mana masalan, har bitta shu personangizga o'zingizga to'g'ri keladigan o'sha sotsial platformalarni tanlab, shu narsaga planlashtirib, hammasini birdaniga planlashtirsa, bitta shu vosita bilan planlashtirsa bo'lar ekan. Shunaqa kalendarni plan qilsa bo'ladi.
Yes, perfect. And when you do all this, I think you will also discover throughout the month there are specific cultural events, maybe even related towards your business, and you can make use of this very well for your business. For example, yesterday we have Nikolaus, on the 24th we have Christmas, and then comes New Year's. All of these are events where people are more on social, and you can create content around these events to use the buzz that comes with it, the awareness of customers, and tailor some content specific for them. So you get this more awareness there that comes with all of these events.
Biznesingizga tegishli madaniy tadbirlardan foydalaning va tadbirga muvofiq tarkib yaratish uchun nima desa bo'ladi? Shunaqa tadbirlar yarating. Masalan, 24-da Christmas bor, to'g'rimi? Shu orqali hamma sizni mijozlaringizni hammalarini bir-biri bilan networkingini yaxshilashingiz mumkin bo'ladi.
Perfect, thank you. And yeah, I just saw this message from Elena that there are so many new media platforms you haven't heard about. And yeah, don't worry about this. Not all of them are mainstream, especially this decentralized media many of them are also tools that will maybe disappear over time. So also you need to see what works really well. And from this decentralized media, I really like UHive. So try to focus on a couple of them and don't go to try to explore all of them. This will be way too much for you. And yeah, trust me, not many people know about this. I've done like the last couple of years very specific research on all of these topics, so I'm glad I can share this with you, and maybe you have like some competitive advantage about this. Yeah, do you want to translate? Okay.
Yes. Yelena chatda yozib o'tgandilar, juda ham ko'p platformalar bor ekan, biz ishlatsa bo'ladigan. Lekin spikerimiz maslahat berdilarki, ularni hammasidan bitada foydalanmanglar, chunki bu juda ko'p bo'lgani uchun sizni konsentratsiyangizni yo'qotib qo'yishingiz mumkin. Shuning uchun o'zingizga mos kelgan platformalarni tanlashingiz kerak bo'ladi.
Great. So when you create this implementation plans, it will also help you a lot to have a couple of formats in place that you will continuously can use. So for example, I'm building now a business around ocean animals, and content that would be always green about this would be to post pictures about these ocean animals, for example in orca, and explain how do they live, where do they live. For example, in the Atlantic Ocean, they eat this kind of fish and stuff like this. And for every topic you use as a sustainability, there are the specific niches you can make use of and create content consistently around, like with a specific approach that you can always reuse.
Умите, микрофон у вас выключен.
Shu nima
Oh, I think she froze. Okay.
So, bu yoqda mana qarab turinglar, masalan, qaysi temangizga bog'liq, shu qanaqadir platformani tanlashingiz mumkin. Mana keltirib o'tdilar misollarni, masalan, okeandan boshqa anaqalarini temasini oladigan bo'lsak, mana shu tema bilan bog'liq o'zingizga to'g'ri kelgan platformani olib ishlatasiz. Hammasini birdaniga hamma platformalarni ishlatish kerak emas. Ya'ni o'zingizni temangiz, o'zingizni mana shu proyektingizga loyiq bo'lgan platformani tanlab, mana shu platformani har doim ishlatishingiz mumkin.
Okay, great. So in the end, you need to think about on what specific day can you post what for content and consistently update the status in all of this implementation plan. So everyone on your team also knows, okay, we have posted this content, this is the outcome of it. Or this content is still in work, you should work on this. And then you need to think about how can you position, or overall, how can you position all of this content around the customer journey your customers take, so it is really meaningful for them, and not just some content that's come somewhere, but specifically, you know, okay, when they need to decide, they will come to my Instagram page, and there I need to have a specific kind of content that will help them to decide that I'm the perfect company for them.
Postlarni o'zingizga plan qilib olishingiz kerak bo'ladi. Qaysi kunlari post qo'yishni, masalan, dushanba kuni bo'lsa, har doim dushanba kuni qo'yishni o'zga alohida plan qilib olishingiz kerak bo'ladi va undan keyin o'sha platformangizda, masalan, Instagram stranичкangizda o'zingizni detalli ma'lumotlarni berishingiz kerak bo'ladi. U mijoz sizga o'sha qo'ygan postingizni o'qiyotgandan keyin sizni brendingiz haqida detalli ma'lumotlarga ega bo'la olishi kerak bo'ladi.
Okay, great. And this already has been on the most of my presentation. Thanks for listening to me. And here I also dropped some of the most useful resources you can have to actually get started with your business and building the digital marketing strategy for it. I can quickly go through all of these resources if you want to, and explain quickly how you can use it for your business, and maybe explain one and they get translated what you can do with it.
Hozir sizlarga foydali bo'lgan manbalarni listini ko'rishingiz mumkin ekraningizda va hozir hammasidan bas bittasini tushuntirib berishim mumkin deb aytib o'tdilar. Sizga kelajakda foydali bo'ladigan resurslardan birini.
So this gets started with the platform Namelix. Where you simply, if you don't know the name of your business already, here you can type in some, like the industry you want to go into and get some examples for brand names, which will maybe give you some inspiration how you can create your own brand name.
Birinchi resurs bu Namelix. Bu yerda siz har xil example.
Agar kompaniyani nomini qo'ymaydigan bo'lsa, shuni ishlatsa bo'ladi-da, как бы. Qanaqa qilib o'zini kompaniyani nomini qo'yish. Bizda ko'p mana bu yerda qatnashayotgan proyektlarimiz o'shani ishlatib ko'rsa bo'ladi. Juda qiziq. Men ham hozir birinchi marta ko'ryapman.
Boshqa namunalar bo'ladi. O'shalarga qarab siz o'zingizni brendingizni yaratishingiz mumkin bo'ladi.
Okay. Do you want me to continue to go through this list? I know so that we're a bit over time. I also want to have time for all of your questions. So simply give me a thumbs up or red down, like thumbs up if I should continue with explaining what each tool does, or X if you want to have some questions now. You have the reactions on the right side that you can use within tools where you have these reactions, and then you can do okay, green or not. Perfect. Or a thumbs up, something like this.
Mana hozir kim mana shu linklarni hammasini tushunib olishlaringiz xolasangiz, shunda anaqani ko'rsating, значок mana ko'rsatib ochdi Yelena bilan boshqalar. Agar savollarga o'tadigan bo'lsak, to X qo'yasizlar. Menimcha hamma o'sha nimani ko'rsatdi. Mana shu znak, ya'ni so I think we need to go with explanation of each.
Okay, sure. I will explain each one. I think this will be also very valuable for you. So the next tool is designs.ai. And this is a very cool tool that uses some AI technology to help you to automate the creation of your logo and other designs, where you don't need to do every single bit of the design, but you can choose, like here, I can use this logo, this symbol, this background, and the tools puts it in together for you. So you don't need to get any expensive graphic designer, but simply can play around with this tool to create your logo or any other brand related designs.
Designs saytida siz bundan foydalanib o'zingizni logotipingizni tutsangiz bo'ladi. Bu yerda siz har bitta narsani o'zingiz qilishingizga to'g'ri kelmaydi. Bu yerda prosta tanlaysiz, o'zini namunalari bo'ladi va o'shalardan o'zingizga yasashingiz mumkin bo'ladi. Orqa foni qanaqa bo'lishi, qanaqa znachoklar bo'lishini tanlasangiz bo'ladi.
Yeah, Canva is the next tool, and Canva is a free online design tool that is very, very useful. So whenever you need to design something, maybe you want to design your logo by yourself, you need a presentation, you need a video, some content for social media, use Canva. It is the most easy to use tool and has lots of templates you can simply use and then create something of your own in very little time.
Keyingisi bu Canva. bu to'lanmaydigan, to есть siz uni foydalansangiz bo'ladi, besplatный. Bu yerda siz PPT, video va ijtimoiy tarmoqlaringizga kontent yaratsangiz bo'ladi. Bu Canva'da juda ham ko'p shablonlar bor. Ulardan foydalanib o'zingizga chiroyli kontent tuzsangiz ham bo'ladi.
The next tool is Wix, and this is a very easy tool that you can use to create a website. It even gives you some AI functionalities where you simply say, okay, I want to create this website, and the tool automates this for you. So if you need a quick website that is not built for the future too much, because actually WordPress is a bit more sophisticated, where you have more tools, more possibilities with, but Wix makes it very easy if you simply need something quick up and running.
Keyingisi bu Wix, bu juda ham ishlatishi oson bo'lgan veb-sayt hisoblanadi. Bu lekin qisqa muddat ichida действовать qiladi xolos. Shuning uchun Wixdan foydalansangiz bo'ladi. Bu ishlatish oson hisoblanganligi uchun shunaqa. Juda ham oson hisoblanadi ishlatish uchun.
And then referring to WordPress, WordPress is actually the most sophisticated website builder out there. Like 50 to 70% of every website we will see on the internet is built on on WordPress. And it enables you with many possibilities for plugins to plug into their connections to a web shop and many more things you can do. But it's also a bit harder to use. So you need to see there what you want to do. Do you want to build for the long term? Or do you need to quickly have a website up and running? It will be also a bit more expensive to build with WordPress, since some of the tools, some of the templates you can use for WordPress are paid, but for this they also provide more value.
Keyingisi bu Wordless. Bu resursdan siz veb-sayt yarata olasiz. Bu veb-sayt ko'p muddat, uzoq muddatga foydalanmoqchi bo'lsangiz, WordPressdan foydalansangiz bo'ladi. Lekin bunda siz bu pullik platforma, pulli sayt sal qimmatroq bo'lishi mumkin.
And the next tool is Synthesia.io. This is something I just discovered recently. And this even scares me a little bit. And I think this will also scare you if you see it, because you can type in any text and the software translates it into a video that looks like a real human talking to you. And this is, I think it's very incredible, since especially for content, you can use this very well. You can type in any 100 to 200 words or longer. It's even for free, usable or paid if you want to do more videos. And yeah, to simply create videos for any kind of things that you need in the future, to explain your services, to explain products or anything that you need quickly. And it goes in minutes up, and you don't need to stand in front of a camera. But yeah, it is also artificial intelligence. It is not a human anymore speaking there.
Keyingisi bu Synthesia. Buni yaqinda o'zlari topgan ekanlar va buni ko'rganimda men hayratga tushdim dedilar. Nima uchun? Siz ham ishlatib ko'rsangiz hayratga tushasiz. Chunki bu yerda tekst yozasiz va o'sha tekstni sizga video qilib beradi. Bu aytadiki, juda ham sun'iy intellekt yordamida qilingan, yordamida tuzilgan bo'ladi va bu juda ham qiziq narsa, chunki tekstni videoga yaratib beradi. Siz ekran oldida turib video olishingiz shart bo'lmaydi.
Okay, sorry, I was gone for a moment. Okay, the next thing is Pixabay, and this is very, very useful since you have their free pictures, music, video, and it's license free. So you can use all of this stuff to, you need a background for some social media posts, go on Pixabay, there you can find anything. Like type in sustainability, it will give you some picture examples. You can download them and use for anything you actually need, and you don't need to pay anyone to do this, and it is free and safe to use. This is also important, since this licensing topic could be important later on in the future.
Keyingisi bu Pexbay, bu yerda siz rasmlar, video va muzikalarni topsangiz bo'ladi. Siz bu yerda oson yuklab olishingiz mumkin. Bu absolutely bepul и safe, безопасно.
Litsenziya bitta anaqa narsalar litsenziyalaштirish degan masalalar bor-da, bu yoqda litsenziya kerak emas. Shu bepul mana shu yerdan skачать qilsangiz bo'ladi.
Right, perfect. Since when you create content, don't just take someone else's pictures or from Google pictures anything. This is not good to do. Like, this is not in line with licensing right, and you could get problems with that. Next on the two tools are writer.me and jarvis.ai. These are very exciting tools I love to use. They are AI writing tools where you type in any text and the tool expands on this text. This can help you to create better copy, headlines, or simply the block outlines you will need. And then will even help you to create from there more outlines and more outlines that you even don't need to write yourself so much, but the tool can do anything for you. You simply need to reuse it in the right way.
Bu yoqda-chi hozir tushuntirib beraman. Mana shu ikkita resurs juda qiziq ekan. Mana hozir qiziqib qoldim. Ya'ni siz uchun o'zi shu yozib berar ekan-da, blog. Endi ozgina uni ko'rib, qanaqadir joylarini sal o'zgartirib, uni yozishingiz, ishlatishingiz mumkin.
All right, great. Then Social Pilot, I mentioned it before. I use it for social media scheduling. It's very helpful. And the next tool is HubSpot. In the end, HubSpot is also a very, very big platform that is very useful. You can use for all of the stages of digital marketing, but they also have many free things you can use. And I especially like the HubSpot resources, where you get templates for anything, like for the customer journey, for the persona, how you need to make your content strategy. Simply go on the HubSpot resources blog page, and there you can find all of these frameworks.
Social Pilot'da hali aytib o'tdilar, o'zlari ham ishlatarkanlar. Bu ijtimoiy tarmoqda planlashtirish tablitsasini tuzishda juda ham katta yordam beradi deb o'tdilar. HubSpot resource bu strategiya planini tuzishda shablonlar bilan foydalanishga juda katta yordam beradi. Bunda ham content planingizni tuzsangiz bo'ladi.
Great. And then the last tool, I also mentioned it before, it's called Notion. And I use it every day in my life now, since it is a very great alternative to OneNote or any other note-making software. But at the same time, it has more functionalities where you can build in boards, or you can build in a timeline, which will help you to define your marketing strategy, track all the ideas that you have, sort them in a very good way, and then create like a big board, like the implementation plan from it, and sort all of it in there that serves as an overview. And it's free to use, and I encourage you to check it out.
Oxirgisi bu Notion, o'zlari ham ko'p ishlatarkanlar. Bu komandangiz bilan birgalikda ishlashga juda ham katta yordam beradigan platforma, juda qulay. Sizni kelajakda strategik planingizni tuzishda ham, marketingni tuzishda ham yordam beradi. Va kelajakda shu planingizni qanaqa amalga oshirish rejasini tuzishda ham qulay resurslardan hisoblanadi.
Great. Yeah, Notion is also so great because you can invite anyone else to join you and write on these pages, and afterwards you can make all of these pages available online. And they are like websites, but they are simply something you write down. So you need so much design skills and stuff like this, but you can have all the information very nice, sorted and documented in these Notion pages then.
Yana bir Notionda yana bir foydali jihatlardan bu boshqa odamlar ham kirib unga yozsa bo'ladi. Bu faqatgina o'zingiz ishlatmaysiz, faqatgina o'zingizga gruppangiz emas, balki boshqa odamlar kirib sizga kommentar yozib ketsa ham bo'ladigan resurs.
Great. So this was my presentation. Thank you all for your attention. I hope you got something from it for your businesses. And yeah, always keep in mind that content and marketing, it is an ongoing process, and it will be the most important process in your whole business, because creating a product simply it is not enough. People need to be able to find it. They need to be able to identify with it, and they need to be able to be empowered. And you need to give them all of these tools to tell all their friends about it. So yeah, at this point, thank you. And I will cover any questions you have. Come off mute, or I saw some in the chat as well. I will stop sharing my screen for now.
Shunda prezentatsiyamizni yakunladilar va biz bugungi bizni sessiyamizdan o'zingizdan biznesingizga birorta foydali narsa, foydali ma'lumot olgan bo'lsangiz, men bundan juda ham xursandman deb aytib o'tdirdilar va biznesda marketingga e'tibor berish juda ham muhim. Faqatgina mahsulotni o'zini chiqarib qo'ymasdan uni qanday qilib ishlatishni internetda ularni topib, sizni mijozlaringiz, auditoriya sizni qanday qilib topib, siz bilan qanday bog'lanishini yo'lga qo'yish ham bu juda ham katta biznesingizga hissa qo'shadi. Shuning uchun faqatgina produktni chiqarmasdan uni marketing strategiyasini ham va raqamli marketingni ishlatgan holda qilsangiz juda ham biznesingizga foyda bo'ladi.
Thank you, Umida. And I already see the first question, or it has been posted a little while ago, but now I have time to cover it. It's not directly related to digital marketing, but since I'm also a research representative for cloud, I think I can also talk about Oracle's cloud computing a little bit. Since, if you need to choose a cloud computing systems, you of course have many choices nowadays. There's Google, there's Amazon, there are lots of other smaller companies, and you have Oracle, of course, where we are coming from. And I just discovered recently that Oracle is, in my opinion, the best tool you can use to start a business, but also then have all the tools available that can integrate with this. So, for example, you can of course host your business on Amazon, but it doesn't cover all the services that Oracle gives you. Since we also have a suite for infrastructure, for the platform, and afterwards for the SaaS, which are like the applications that you can use for also for marketing, for the HR later on, for finances, for resource planning, and many more things.
Saidapa, yordam bera olasizmi?
mana hozir anaqa so'radilar-da, bitta savol. Mana shu cloud sistemasini qanaqa qilib ishlatsak bo'ladi va uning samarali anaqalari qaysi deb so'radilar-da, hozir mana Indira. Bularni hozir tushuntirib beryaptilar. Siz biznesga loyiq sistema olishingiz kerak. Masalan, mana Oracle'da nima qiladigan bo'lsak, ularning sistemasi ko'proq shu bank, ya'ni mana shu anaqa finans bilan bog'liq bizneslarga yordam beradi. Sizlar uchun qanaqa qulay biznesga ko'ra o'sha sistemani ham tanlab olish kerak.
All right. I saw the next question is that you are interested in machine learning, AI, and Generation Oracle itself. It is a program that is just called Generation Oracle. It is not related to internships, but they are it is a traineeship that we're guiding into. Okay. Karina already posted something in there with the Generation Oracle program. It is just for the EMEA. Yeah, we have streamed for sales, solution engineering, and consulting. Absolutely. But you're interested in an internship specifically, I would recommend to go on LinkedIn, and there you will find the best job opportunities for anything. I think I've saw another question related to hotel sites. I'm not this much experienced with hotel sites, but what I've learned throughout my days is simply Google. If you want to know, simply type in how to advertise hotels online, and then be like alternatives to booking.com. I guess there are many like Expedia, hotels.com, and maybe find something specific for your niche. Maybe you have some sustainable hotel. Maybe you can also ask specifically and find something in Google, and then just get in contact with the site itself.
Mana bu yoqda chatda savollar bo'ldi. Mana GenO programmasini ko'rib turibsizlar, link berilgan. Ya'ni bu programma mana shu Oracle tomonidan qilingan. Endi bu yoqda nima, kimdir tajribasini oshiradigan bo'lsa, buni anaqa hamma uchun emas, hamma mamlakatlar uchun emas. Shuning uchun mana internshipga kimdir shu volontyor bo'libmi yoki bir o'zini sinab ko'radigan bo'lsa, ko'proq LinkedInga boringlar. LinkedInda mana har xil kompaniyalar, har xil nima endi qanaqadir boshqa kompaniyalar ham topilishi mumkin. O'sha LinkedIndan bemalol unaqa qilinglar deyaptilar. Mana tavsiyalar shunaqa. Mana yana bitta savol, Rifqat ko'proq mana shu o'zlarini endi biznesga taalluqli savol berdilar. Endi bu yoqda deydi, men spetsialist emasman, lekin shu ko'proq Expedia yoki Booking.com o'ziga mana shu biznesingizga loyiq qanaqadir platformalarni sinab ko'ringlar, ko'proq shularni ishlatinglar deb tavsiya beryaptilar.
Okay, great. If you have any other questions, come off mute or ask them in the chat. Also something specifically related to the business or the business model you want to create around this, feel free to share this with me and everyone else.
I think we have like 2 minutes for the question, right? Yeah. Пожалуйста, да, если есть вопросы, буквально пару минут у нас осталось, задавайте по маркетингу, по продвижению, что вас интересует. Да.
Yana 2 minut qoldi bizga, sessiyamiz tugash kerak. Kimdadir oxirgi qanaqadir savollari bo'lsa, bemalol bersangiz bo'ladi, lekin qisqa savol bo'lishi kerak.
While we're waiting for the questions, Frank, you have shared so many like valuable information. Thank you for that. Like so many platforms that really useful to the startups, like branding, naming, design, presentations, video, because we do not have resources for that. I mean, startups usually do not have resources for that, and we will be using them. And thank you for sharing. I'm using Canva, and I do not know other, but now we will use also. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a pleasure of mine.
Thank you. Can we please make a final photo and turn on the camera? Пожалуйста, кто может, включите камеру. Сделаем финальную фотографию. Кто может включить камеру?
iltimos kameralaringizni qo'shinglar, bir oxirgi chiroyli rasm qilib qo'yaylik. Fikrimiz bilan birga.
We have kids, even future digital marketing specialists.
I hope so.
Yeah. So I'm doing photo. Я делаю фото. Давайте будем улыбаться. Let's smile. I'm doing screenshots in photo. Thank you so much, Frank, and for this very intense workshop. Спасибо большое. It was very interesting, and we will use that definitely. Karina, thank you for organizing. Umida, Saida, thank you for translation. Спасибо большое всем.
Yeah, thank you all too for your time, and success for your companies, and all the best for your future lives.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, I have Indira is like commenting on your style of presentation in the chat also.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. I experience when you're at home office, it's easier to have this standing desk than yeah, than to sit all day. I appreciate it. All right. I'll also have to move on, and I guess you all also do need to work on your businesses. And I'm looking forward to what you will create, and all the best. And yeah, be proud of what you create. I think that this is most important. Everyone who does something around sustainability and creates a business that will also help others to make a job around this. I think that this is the most valuable things we can do in our lives, and maybe also leave on this planet, since we need to establish and repair what has been broken. And all of you have the possibilities to do so. So all the best to you.
And thank you for your passion about sustainability and ecology. Like really comes from our heart also. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
You all.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.